I pay regularly into my personal pension, but I fear I started too late. I should have started here, but instead I started here. I used to think the state pension had pretty much disappeared and was something to forget about. Instead, it now feels like one of the main blocks of money I'll get when I retire. The full amount of state pension is currently just under £165 a week, or £8,500 per year. So not enough to retire to your own island, but it will help pay for the essentials. That £165 per week is how much you'd get if you qualify for the full state pension. But because the world is so amazing, people are living much longer than before. Sadly, the pot of money for pensions isn't growing at the same speed. That means the state has to put some barriers in the way. Now, when the idea of the state pension was first introduced over 100 years ago, things were harsher. For instance, you had to be a man, and you didn't get anything until you were 70, at a time when most people didn't live beyond 50. Nowadays, the age you can claim your pension has come down to 67, and average lifespans have shot up to around 80 or so. So if you reach the right age, then one thing decides if you're going to get any money at all. Have you paid national insurance contributions for 10 full years? You know that annoying little line that chips a chunk off your paycheck every month? It's time to get some of that back. The minimum pension you'll get with 10 years contributions is £47 per week. If you've done 35 years, you'll get the full whack, which is currently £165 a week. That's enough for an entirely better class of catheter. So now I'm panicking slightly. I've no idea where I've parked my bike, let alone how many years of national insurance contributions I've paid. Don't worry. Riding to the rescue is the government's Check Your State Pension website, which is surprisingly good. There's a link in the description below. The site gave me a warm, fuzzy feeling that the government is competent and slightly cares for me. It tells you how much pension you're likely to get and shows you the contributions you've made going all the way back to age 16. I found out that somehow I'd been paying national insurance contributions between the ages of 16 and 18 when I thought I was at school. Ka-ching! Don't tell the government. If you check on the website and you're not where you want to be, you might be able to get credit for years gone by. For instance, if you were dropping sprogs, wiping your mum's bum, or off work with an exceptionally painful ingrowing toenail, you may be due national insurance credits. These should be applied automatically, but it is worth checking. Don't worry if that £165 a week doesn't sound like much. In future videos, we're going to suggest how to build up other pots of money, no matter where you're at in life. And most of the best stuff in life is free. And by the time you're retired, you'll be able to plug into virtual reality. So the only thing you'll need to pay for is a drip. Isn't the world amazing? We think it's important you understand the strengths and limitations of this video and others in the series. We aren't financial experts, we're just two middle-aged men who wish we'd sorted out our financial affairs a bit earlier, like 15 years ago. We're a journalistic enterprise and aim to provide the best advice, tips, tools and techniques, but can't guarantee to be perfect. So note you use the information at your own risk and we can't accept liability if things go wrong. This info does not constitute financial advice. Always do your own research on top to ensure it's right for your specific circumstances. And remember, we focus on the big picture of what sensible financial planning looks like, rather than specific rates or services.